everybody? It's Zach, aka Zach Reviews. We're back in another video, and guys, this will be my All-American spoiler review, Season 4, Episode 9, called Got Your Money. This is the defining episode after they just graduated in Episode 8, and I really love this episode because we see where they're all going, and I was really looking forward to this episode because also the fact of an All-American Homecoming. We got in the episode, Simone was talking to Jordan over FaceTime, and I was excited because he was saying that he was on, I think he said he was on a party boat that from a sponsor, and we saw that in this episode. We saw that same sequence where he's on the party boat, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong for people that watch All-American Homecoming. When Simone answered the phone, it seemed like Jordan was partying on the party boat for the sponsor that he has actually in this episode. They get sponsored by Hippo. It's like a Hippo sports drink or something like that. I forget what exactly it was. But he was mixing it with alcohol, and that's how we get this episode where Spencer, JJ, and Asher and Jordan are all on this beach. And Jordan's the one that keeps mixing it with alcohol, but like they were all knocked out on the beach, and they're staying up at JJ's beach house that he rented out, which again, already from the promos, I was like, okay, Spencer's not going to like this because Spencer is a person that, again, it's summertime before they start up for school, but Spencer is a known person that wants to keep, being the best, like keeps wanting to work to be the best. Like he wants to keep working hard to be the best that he can. And I knew right away that was going to be a problem, especially because it's like, this is sponsor time where they're all getting sponsored, but Spencer, while they, Jordan and JJ and Asher, even though Asher isn't, I think, a part of the sponsorship, it's only for JJ and Jordan, because I think they're going, JJ is going to UCLA, but Jordan and Spencer are going to Golden Athlete or whatever. I think that's where they're going. Or Golden, yeah, I think that's what that's called. But that's where they're going, and they're sponsored by, even JJ is, by this Hippo sports drink thing. And right away, Spencer is feeling okay with it at first, but he doesn't like how they're kind of like taking it too far on vacation, knowing that, they think the hard work is over. They think that they're set and it's just college and they have nothing else to work for. And they should be taking, if you want to be the best, you got to take those off days and work the hardest. Like that's what known athletes do. I mean, even when we didn't have track practice, when I was in my junior year, I still practiced to get faster. That's how I did, because I wanted to be the best. And that's a known athlete thing that you see, like even Odell Beckham Jr. and, Juju Smith-Schuster and all the other great football players. I'm only naming the ones that, I really like, of my wide receiver core. But they work the hardest, and that's when it's off season, and like some people wait to work out until it's close for the season to start back up. But most people, right when the season ends, they get back to work. And that's who Spencer is. I kind of expected this from Jordan, but I really thought that Jordan would have grew past this. But he already thinks that he's set and ready to go, that it's just going to be easy, light work once he gets into, gets into college. He thinks that, no one's going to work, like everybody's going to do the last minute, get training before the school year starts up, but Spencer's thinking outside the box and wants to start in the beginning. So that's already a problem, but Spencer doesn't really quite know it's a problem until he goes to somebody that, another sponsorship person that said that, he was going to sponsor Spencer, but he wasn't going to pay Spencer. He wanted to have Spencer rep his gym shirt and rep his, and give him a free membership. He wasn't going to pay him. He just wanted to know that, if you want to have hard work, you need to actually, this should be good enough that you're doing, I'm promoting you for promotion by you, you're going to be promoting my gym. I'm sponsoring you by you promoting my gym, and you can get a free membership and come here whenever you want. Which I feel like is a better offer for Spencer. And Spencer's he's always a person that pulls his own weight. I mean, all he's been doing is working from the seasons that we've had of All-American. He's just been working at that, that one coffee shop type dealio. So he knows, he doesn't come to that conclusion until later in the episode that, I can work for the money. I don't need just to be money to be given to me so I can promote partying with this sports drink and stuff. That's not who I am. I'm not a partier. I'm not a person that's gonna put on a front saying, just to make money for a stupid sports drink that, people mix alcohol with. That's not me. I'd rather get, get, promotion, or not promotion, get like, sponsored by somebody that, is giving me a free membership, and someone that actually has a code about, grinding and working hard and dedicating to your craft and not giving up and stuff like that. I would rather do that. And I really feel like that resonates more with Spencer. And I feel like the whole, Jordan and JJ partying deal, that's always who their characters have been. So that fits. So that's going to be interesting to me always, because it's like, I thought that was going to be like a defining, like was going to make JJ and Jordan against Spencer. And I feel like that was going to be the defining truth. But it seems like they were able to pull it through at the end and able to like come to an understanding of like, you guys want to be sponsored by this Hippo sports drink stuff about, and you have to just make these weird videos and act like not yourself and just promote this sports drink and be a party. It's a party sports drink. And even though that's who you guys are, that's fine, but that's not who I am. I'm going to be doing this, and I'm going to work all this summertime until we get into our first year of college. I'm going to work the hardest so I can be the best. And I'm happy that, of course, Spencer pulled Jordan at the end of the episode, even though he was drunk, and woke up on the beach again after the whole it was a sponsored Hippo sports drink party boat. And after that, he was just passed out with JJ. And I don't think Asher was there. I can't quite remember. I think he might have been. But, he wants to do better. He wants to be better. And he pulls Jordan saying, look, this can be your sponsorship. Like, this can be your someone that's going to sponsor you or whatever. But, like, I'm like, you're going to still train with me. It starts now. We can't be people that, like, think it's going to be easy going forward, because that's how these sponsorships can get to us. And then we could slip, and then we could get either kicked out of college or like it could screw us up. And then we lose all of our drive to be the best. Especially, like, it was a wake up call for Spencer when he even when he turned down the free membership and that nice t-shirt and that nice, even what the t-shirt said about, grinding and working hard. He turned that down because JJ and Jordan and Asher convinced him to take that thing. But it really was a wake-up call when he versed a whole bunch of old men wanting to go against them in volleyball, which, again, I don't know if anybody noticed this, but the dude in the red shorts is the Red Ranger for Power Rangers Time Force, which I thought was funny. And, of course, that was a little wink to us, like, for the people that would know that was the Red Ranger from Time Force with the red swim shorts. So I thought that was funny. That, they put them in there, but it was pathetic how they lost to them. I was like, it was funny, but I love how, like, there was a moment where they're like, oh, JJ's like, oh, I need this win. And so Jordan's like, yeah, I could use this win. And they're like, yeah, we can all use this win. And he's like, Asher, shouldn't you sit out? That's what Jordan said. Like, Asher, shouldn't you sit out because of your heart? And he's like, my heart's fine. I'm a little worried about blue shorts over here. He looks like my grandpa. I was dead when he said that. That was one of the funny moments, along with, when they all wake up on the beach and Spencer's like, oh, we need to stop sleeping out here, and we need to start sleeping in the beach house that, we were supposed to be sleeping in. And then, of course, Jordan's like, it's not so bad. Look at these beautiful women out here. And he looks at this one girl looking out into the ocean. And who is it? It's Olivia. That made me laugh. That was the funniest moment. We thought this was some hot chick. Well, I mean, of course, Olivia's hot, but it's his sister. So I thought that was hilarious. When he's like, oh my God, it's my sister. I just thought that was funny to me. And especially they were all bragging on him about it. Like, Spencer was like, haha, like, that's funny. He's like, oh no. He's like, we never speak of this. I thought that was hilarious. And the thing, of course, what Asher said, he looks like my grandpa. But that loss really pissed Spencer off. He's like, we shouldn't be losing to these older men. Like, we're in our prime and they're not in their prime anymore. And then, of course, Jordan's like, it's not our sport. If we played them in football, we would beat them. He's like, I don't think we would. Like, I really don't think we would, because, we're not working. We're out of shape right now. We're not working. We're not doing anything. We're slacking. This isn't right. And clearly it was more of a wake-up call for Spencer to go back to the person that was just going to give him the free membership and give him, and, rep him and into sponsoring him and giving him, like, and just letting him, like, you'll work on his craft and be the best. I'd say a free membership is a pretty good, sponsorship. You know what I mean? Like, someone sponsoring you, that's pretty freaking cool. Like, I mean, I guess for an athlete, you expect, you do promotion for me, I'm going to pay you millions and millions, because, I mean, that's what football players do. Like, they get paid, like, they get promoted to wear Nike or Adidas, and they get signed on, and then they make a ton of money, you know what I mean? Because they know that they're the best leading up and, going into out of their college years to get into the NFL, and they get, promotions and stuff like that. So, or, you know what I mean? Get sponsorship. So I'm just happy that Spencer chose the right call, but it was really that defining moment where he's like, I don't want to be like, this is getting out of hand. But it really hit. I feel like that was like the lead up, but it really hit him when he talked to somebody that should have been in the NFL, but didn't make it because of the promotion with this hippo, and he got too much into the partying and the drinking, and like he just figured that he could make more money doing that than going to the NFL and doing all that shit or something like that. At least that's what I can understand. And he's like, I'm surrounded. And I love when Spencer says it to Olivia, like I'm surrounded, and he even says it, I think, to Patience and to Coop when they show up, like I'm surrounded by people that I don't want to be that I don't want to be like that, like pretty much like associated with the fact of like they don't have a drive, they don't have a passion, they don't have a goal, they don't have anything. I don't want to be surrounded by people like this because their dreams have died. They've just given up. Like he doesn't want to be surrounded with people around people like that just aren't about that grind. And it's crazy because while all that's going on, we have another situation, of course, with Patience and Coop, with them getting tricked into buying an apartment that like apparently looks nice from online pictures, but of course, and Coop is looking for a place because she doesn't want to live with her parents anymore, and she just can't stand how she feels like her mom is on her about getting a job, and then and she figures if she gets a place that she'll be able to figure more things out, and Patience asks Coop to move in with her, and of course Coop says yes. And they're trying to figure out a place. They find a place, but they have to put a down payment on. Like they have to put a down payment, and they have to sign a 1-year contract. So they have to put the money down, and they have to sign a 1-year contract. And she's like, if we're gonna do this, we got to do it now. And of course, Coop's like, we don't know. We have never met the people. We don't know if if we're gonna have weird neighbors. We don't know what's going on. And the problem that Coop, why she can't get any when she's she's tried to get places and stuff, they've turned her down because she's like, for all I know, they could be turning me down because I'm black, that you could turn me down because I'm gay, like you know what I mean, like. And she's like, or they're afraid of me from people thinking that I did shit around here, like, you know what I mean. And she's like, well, Patience, like, they don't know who you are. Like, it's already a signed, sealed deal. Once we put the money down and sign the 1-year contract, like when we show up, it won't matter. Like they can't get us out of it. And Coop's like, yeah, that makes sense. That's actually a good idea. And I was like, something bad's gonna happen. I was like, either the people are gonna be rude or the place isn't gonna look what it looked like online, because those pictures could be fake. And little was I right, pretty much. The picture that the one dude took was a picture on the wall, and that was the view he was talking about. It was just a picture on the wall. It was like on a calendar or something, or it was like a poster. And then they had weird neighbors living in their, like, it was like kind of like one floor, like living room almost, and it was like a curtain splitting it down, and they were sharing it with this other couple, and they couldn't get any sleep because the couple were fighting about, you like the one couple's like, oh, you gave up on your dreams, blah 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 blah, and you're like, and the one other couple's like, you made me give up on my dreams, blah 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 blah, and like they're like, oh god, you know what I mean, and then they start making out and shit and having sex or whatever, and then Coop and Patience were like, oh no. I just thought that was funny that they're like, because Coop's like, oh, at least that they shut up because they were arguing, but then they heard them, heard some creaking in the bed and shit, and they're like, oh no, so they kind of had it, like, we need to get the heck out of here. This, because the landlord was pretty much, scammed them and said, you're on a 1-year contract. I'll take you to court if you know what I mean. It's not my fault. You guys didn't do whatever. And pretty much making it like he's just a scam artist. And they tried to go to Miss Baker, but of course, Laura is doing stuff with, Grandpa Willie, and can't really and is helping Billy out, of course, with Grandpa Willie taking care of him, and she wasn't there at the house because I guess Olivia's been pretty much by herself at the house, even though she's been working at this newspaper. Spencer called it a newspaper camp or something like that, and she just hates when he says that, like, oh, you're at newspaper camp or whatever, when she's at writing. She said she's doing writing stuff at like a I forget what it is, like that, like an internship at this writing place, and she's there by herself, and she actually convinces Patience and Coop to move in with her, while because she feels alone there, because of course Jordan and them are at the beach house, and they're going to be there, I think, until they go back to school, and of course Billy and Laura are taking care of Uncle Willie, and just she's going to school, she's doing that stuff, that internship before she goes off to college or whatever. I think she's just doing the internship, and then she's going to figure out what college to go to from there. Or maybe it's just an internship. I don't really know. But that's what she's doing, and she wanted a company, and I thought that was a good idea. I was like, that's actually a great idea. Like because they need a place to stay, and who else better than Coop and Patience? You know what I mean? It works both ways. She doesn't have to be alone. She has friends that she's comfortable with, and they have a place that they know of, a person that they know and love, and you know what I mean? It's just a better like option. And I liked how Olivia did that, and I also liked how Olivia was pretty much saying to the dude, like, you need to get them out of this agreement, or I'm gonna write that you're a scammer, and I'm gonna put it on my what do you call my podcast? I'm gonna put it on there that you're a scam artist. I'm gonna do it. Like, have you ever listened to my work with Crenshaw Kathy? And and the police that killed Tamika Pratt, like, have you ever listened to my stuff? Go look at my stuff, and you'll know that I'm serious. Like, and Olivia was serious about it. She's like, I'm not backing down from this person, regardless of you moving in or whatever. Like, I don't want them scamming anybody else. Like, I'm gonna expose this dude. I'm gonna do it, and that's what I love about Olivia. And that previously goes back to the conversation that Olivia had with Amara. Which is Simone's is it Simone's aunt? I think so. Yeah, right? Yeah, Simone's aunt, if I'm correct. I could be wrong. Let me know down in the comments below. I could be wrong about that. But I really did appreciate the fact of that Simone's aunt, pretty much did the reverse psychology on her, saying like, oh, I don't think you should be a reporter because some people don't like the truth anymore, and she wanted to really know that she was going to really wouldn't care if people didn't like the truth, and was willing to push the truth forward and get it out there regardless of what people wanted to hear. And that's what it goes back to. Like, she doesn't care. She's willing to do anything and everything to make sure nobody else gets scammed. She's putting the truth out there, and I really do love that about Olivia's character and how much that character has grown. Well, that's what Olivia is up to in this episode. But going on to also Layla having kind of like afraid to have a relationship with Clay. And I really do like Clay. I feel like they're a great match. I feel like Olivia Layla, my bad, finally found her match. And I really do feel like they have a lot in common, especially because they work together. But the main problem is that, when Clay and Olivia and Layla were all in the room, and they were listening to Layla's mom's music, and it wasn't finished yet, and they were all talking about like, what are you gonna do anything with it? Are you gonna finish it? And Layla wasn't quite sure what she was gonna do with it, and of course Clay's like, you should really do something with it. Your mom is really talented, and it should get put out there that of her voice was so beautiful. And at this point, Olivia's like, oh my god, when Clay leaves, you're like, oh my god, you're really in here all this time with this cute dude, and I can clearly tell he likes you. Why hasn't anything happened? Why haven't you tried, going on a date, or you know what I mean, or just like you know what I mean, like there's something there. And of course she wants to deny it because she's like, I don't want to be like, I don't date my my employees, like I don't do that. And she's like, one, he's not an employee. He's someone that works with you. He's not your client or anything. He's someone that works with you, but he doesn't work for you. And I really did love that because it really showed, Layla that, but Layla, of course, was being stubborn at the time. And I was like, I don't know why she's being stubborn on this, but I understand why she doesn't want to follow the footsteps of her father, because the whole weird, her father, and I forget what the other artist was, Little Jewel, I think. And, that relationship, because he was dating one of his clients, she doesn't want to be like her father. She wants to be the total opposite. And that's what I did like. I was like, that makes logical sense. But again, he's not your employee. He's not someone that works for you. He works with you. And I really felt like, I was like, okay, the moment that they kind of they met back up was when he was, putting some mixes over her mom's music, and she got really angry and said, "I didn't ask you to do that. You never asked this, and that," which again, he should have asked. But of course he thought he was doing something nice. He didn't think it was a big deal. And she just got angry, and she thought that it was just him trying to get with her. And he's like, "No, that's exactly not it. I think I'm just going to leave." You know what I mean? Like, I did this because I wanted to help. Like, I thought this was a good idea. I just wanted to show you what I could do with it. You know what I mean? I didn't mean to do anything wrong. Like, I just thought like I was helping out. And of course she just jumped down his throat and got angry at him, thinking that it was just a way for him to get with her. And he's like, "That's not what this is." But even though he does like her, but that wasn't his intentions. And I just was really happy that they kind of like smoothed things over, and they kissed, because the conversation that it was Asher and Olivia is that they were having a conversation where Asher is having problems, with money. He's working at his soon-to-be stepdad's, restaurant, and he's trying to pay. I forget the one dude's name. Like, pay him like the money back for him paying for his first year of college, and he's trying to pay him back by working at the restaurant. And the one girl that I guess her name was Jamie. I don't know where Jamie went. That's the thing. I have no clue where she went. Because he was trying to talk to another girl on the boat. But he's needs to earn a lot of money to really pay back, one, his soon-to-be stepdad, and also pay for the rest of his college going forward. Like, so he really wants to make enough money, and it all boils down that he just doesn't like feeling like because the moment when he was trying to talk to that girl on the boat, she thought he was a busser and thought that he was just, a server around the boat, not like somebody that was just there. And the one girl, when he tried, he's like, "Okay, let's start over again. I'm Asher." And she's like, "Oh my God, is that Spencer James?" And all she could focus on was Spencer. And he kind of was annoyed by that, people think I'm a buster. People think that, I'm, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't have like a football, football stats to impress people anymore. And people and think of me as an athlete. People think of me as a busser, you know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't even be here, and people think of like little of me, and you know what I mean? Like, Asher's really trying to find himself and find out that he is not that person people are gonna like recognize for him being a good football player. He needs to find out who he is, and he's struggling with him really never having to work for money. He was always just given money, and he's really learning how to be more independent, trying to find more than him just being a football player, because he can't do football anymore. So he's really trying to find out who he is, how he's gonna pull his own weight, make his own money. And it scares me because there was a moment where like he made a good, I guess, gamble with the one dude that like didn't go into the NFL, that one washed up dude that didn't get into the NFL or whatever for some unknown reasons or whatever. It was all because of the partying, and there was a whole bunch of speculations of, he was fighting with coaches, he was doing this, doing that. And the one dude just is sponsored, by that, Hippo sports drink or whatever, energy drink or whatever, and him placing bets and stuff. And Asher said, choose whatever. And I guess he made $500 choosing the right team, paying attention to the injuries of the team that Asher pays attention to. I guess the team he likes, he paid attention to the injuries and who was good and whatever. And I guess he made a good bet, and he made $500. And the one dude's like, you have a talent for this. You should do this. And that's what scares me, is Asher's going to have a gambling problem. That's what's going to scare me, or something bad's going to happen with that, because, I mean, that's not the right way to make money. That was just some good luck you had there, but if you make these bets with the wrong people, bad things can happen. And I just don't want Asher going down that way. It's the smarter idea, even though he's not making enough, but even his stepdad, or soon-to-be stepdad, said, everybody had to start somewhere, and if you have to start somewhere, even by making tips and a little bit of money with your paycheck, you start somewhere, but you'll work your way up. And he wants to speed up the process. Even though he should just, keep hustling, keep grinding like Spencer did. But again, Spencer had to earn everything. He had to, work for everything. So he's trying to get where Spencer's at on the whole, I want to hold my own. I want to support myself. I want to do all this by myself without taking handouts and stuff like that. So I commend Asher, and I can't wait to see where that's going to go. But I'm really worried about the whole betting thing. But again, the one moment that Olivia and Asher had was about, what would JJ do? You know what I mean? Because JJ lives in the moment. He takes what he wants, this, and that. And that's exactly what Layla did. She took what she wanted. She said, you know what I mean? Like, kiss the dude, Clay, because she knew Clay liked her, and she likes Clay, and she's going to take a chance with Clay and just live in the moment, which is great. Layla needs to start doing that more. Asher also, I don't know. We still have to figure out where things are going to go for him. I'm just worried about the whole betting thing. I think that's a terrible idea. I was like, I even said to my sister, that's a terrible idea. This is going to go somewhere bad. Because remember, his father has an addiction to alcohol. He might have an addiction to gambling, and that's what I'm afraid of. But I want to know what you feel about, how you guys feel about that. But yeah, other than that, Jordan also, I didn't like how Jordan, again, back to Jordan, I didn't like how he kind of like, before he knew it was his sister, he was kind of looking at other girls. I feel like Jordan's grown so much, and I feel like the writers kind of making it be like, oh, he's looking at other girls. That makes me upset because Jordan's grown so much and he's so loyal to Simone. I don't like how they're doing this, making it seem like, oh, because that wasn't just the only moment before he found out it was Olivia. It was also when he's on the boat. He's like, oh, we're surrounded by beautiful women. Oh, look at all these hot women and blah 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 blah. I'm like, nah, and I was like, no, this isn't the Jordan that we know. I understand, it's before college, but he again was scared that he was going to lose Simone back in the episode. Again, I think it was episode 7. It was when we were at Spencer's cabin. And he told Simone that I feel like I'm losing you before you're even going off. And she said to him, we're going to make this long distance thing work. And I feel like it's messed up of the writers to kind of make it so it's like they're preparing us that something's going to happen between Jordan and Simone. Where, again, because what I was really afraid of when we got the episode of All-American, when we saw that they introduced the All-American Homecoming members, castmates and members, the whole Damon and Simone thing, Damon liking Simone, and there was kind of like something there with Simone and Damon from when they first met, and they were kind of like, I even said to everybody that they're setting up, because she's going to be going to that show, setting up her new love interest, and something's going to happen between Jordan and between Jordan and her. I was like, I'm afraid that's going to happen. And it feels like I'm right with, Jordan scoping all these other women and, Simone, her, like, she was really like happy to hear that Damon was close on campus, close on campus to where she was living in her dorm room. I feel like they're setting it up where they're going to break up or someone's going to cheat or some shit's going to happen. And that's going to piss me off because, again, the writers just told us that our characters are going to make it work. And now it's like, oh. But I mean, I guess it's whatever. I just felt like that why go that extra mile if the writers trying to say that they're going to stay together and then them just break up anyways. But I saw this coming from a mile away. It's just something's going to happen between them. One of them are going to cheat or they're just going to break up because one of them feel like the long distance isn't going to work even though Simone said it was going to work. It's going to annoy me if Simone said this isn't working because she's the one that said to Jordan it will work. That's going to piss me off. But I hope that's not the case. I hope none of them cheat. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. I just really wish they would stay together and Damon would find another character that could be his love interest and, Simone and Jordan can just stay together. Why does it have to be that they break up with long distance? That's like in every movie and TV show trope. Or even whether it be like they're leaving high school and they're going off to college long distantly or whatever, and it doesn't work out, or they're going they get a job out of town or whatever, and the relationship doesn't work between somebody. Like that's such a trope, and I just don't want it for them. I just want it to work out, but who knows? I feel like something's gonna happen. I just feel like the storm is coming. So I want to know how you guys feel about that. Do you guys see what I mean about Jordan? How like. That's not his character. Like he's so loyal, but he was acting out of character almost with the whole, look at that girl, or oh, these beautiful women, oh yeah, look at you know what I mean, like it's like I feel like that's not Jordan anymore because he's been with Simone and Simone's grounded him a lot and made him get out of that whole like oh, I think you're hot, let me get with you. I think you're hot, let me get with like you know what I mean. He's not that dude anymore. So that kind of annoys me. And but then again, I mean, we see it also. It's not just Jordan doing that. We see it on Simone's side with Damon. And I feel like that's what they're trying to show us on both ends that there's more than what they expected outside of high school. I mean, that's also in real life. Like, some high school relationships don't work out once people get to college. You know what I mean? There's a new world out there that you're reaching, the real world. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you're reaching a whole new horizon of friends, possible, people that you'll fall in love with. You know what I mean? So it makes sense in a story aspect, but it annoys me that, again, the writers tried to comfort us saying that, oh, when Jordan said, is this going to work? I'm afraid I'm going to lose you. How is this long distance thing going to work? She said it's going to work, and this is how. And we saw a little bit of them doing the whole phone sex thing with, his name was Boom Boom or something or whatever. I forget what it was. Let me know down in the comments below. What was Simone's name for Jordan? I thought that was funny, though, when like Asher and Spencer and all of them said it. I thought that was hilarious. But other than that, it was just a really great episode. Also going on with Billy and Laura, and Laura having like the realization of when it comes to Billy, like, even though he wants to do what's best for his dad, his dad's getting pissed at them and they're starting to fight again. Even though, again, he's trying to save his life by making him not smoke anymore and really having him eat healthier because of his heart attack. Grandpa Willie is taking offense to that, saying, "Oh, I don't need you to control me, this, and that." And they're going at each other's necks. And she said to Grandpa Willie, my bad, that it's sad that you guys are close when you guys are far away. When you guys don't even speak to each other, and you guys are you guys aren't even close to each other. That's when you guys are the happiest and the closest. You know what I mean? It's sad that it's like that, but that's how it is. And I feel like I don't want you guys like fighting each other when you guys are around each other, when it's, it should just be like you can come and visit once in a while. And that's essentially what happens, is that Grandpa Willie decides to go live with his friend out in Florida and and gives pretty much the house to Billy, to his son. And I was shocked about that. And that there's a lot of possibilities where what could be involved with the house and stuff. But it would be funny if it gets passed down to, like, I don't know, like if like Olivia and Spencer lived there or something like that. That'd be funny. It'd be like if it was like that, but I don't think that will happen. But I think that'd be funny though, because I'm wondering what's gonna happen with that house. And it's like, this is for the best, because this is best for Grandpa Willie on his happiness and him living with his friend and his friend looking after him. But also he can, like, because he doesn't want to be angry at his son, but he feels like he can't stand what his son is doing and stuff like that, and he can't help to get at each other's throats. And again, what Laura said, it's like, you guys are at your best when you're far, even though that's bad or whatever. I forget what she said. Like, it's sad that you guys, are together when you guys are apart. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are nicer to each other when you guys are apart. But it is true. Like, they even says, the Grandpa Willie's like, it's not, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to do this. Like, let me just do this. And he does that. So he's going to be going out there, and Billy is like, I feel like they'll have a better relationship like that, and he'll visit occasionally. He's like, I'll visit, or maybe I won't, or maybe I'll come back, or maybe I won't come back at all. And he says, you can do what you want with the house, but just don't sell it. There's a lot of good memories here. I was just happy about all that stuff. But it was funny also when Grandpa Willie said, like, Laura's cold when, Billy tried touching the thermostat, and he's like, I think he said, I'll kill you if you touch that thermostat, or I'll fight you if I said something like that. And he's like, Laura's cold, and he's like, yeah, she is cold. And I was like, damn. I was like, that was a burn. That was a real good burn. But I'm happy that they're going to be doing their own things, but still love each other and see each other. He'll make some visits and stuff. But I just didn't like how they were fighting, because when they're together, they're both stubborn, they're both hard-headed, they're both arrogant, and that's true. And she's like, it's best if you guys, maybe you do your thing and you do your thing, but you guys don't argue, because clearly this isn't working when he's trying to control Grandpa Willie's life, and then they argue and stuff like that. Like, it's just a better way that they can still be together in the golden years of Grandpa Willie's life. And it makes sense that, it's not worth the argument and all that stuff. It's just, this is just the best option. I'm just happy that Billy didn't fight with him on it, saying, you're staying here, even though Grandpa Willie's like, I'm leaving, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm just happy that, he's like, okay, you know what I mean? I hope you visit. I love you. And he's like, I love you too, son. And just, it's good. Then, like, keep this going for, like, another season. It's good. It's settled with. And I hope we don't get any more arguments between them like that, because it's sad, especially, like, I feel like this is the arguments are done now. And I'm happy about that. At least I hope it's done. I think it is. Just hope I got everything for you guys, because I really want to pay attention so I can make sure I can get everything for you guys and really give my point on it, and give the best review possible. So let me know if I did a good job, guys. Again, I love doing these videos for you guys. It's the best. Again, it's the highlight of my day. Talking to you guys about All-American or All-American Homecoming, or any show here, or any movie or whatever here on the channel. I just love it, guys. I also love the love and support you guys show me down in the comments below. It's the best. Literally, also, we're almost at 500 subscribers. We're at, we're at 440. I think 457. I think, if I'm correct. We are literally making moves. We're making strides. We're almost at 500 subscribers. So yet again, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, put in notifications, like this video. We'd love to have you guys here, part of this family, a part of this channel. And guys, the reason, and also, like, if we get to 500 subscribers, I can open the community tab, which I can do a lot more polls, a lot more, ask you guys what you guys want to see here more on the channel. Like, I can actually talk to you guys. It's a little bit better of communication, and really, like, ask you guys what you guys are excited to watch, or like, just without making a whole long video trying to talk about it, I could just actually post something and you guys can like talk about it. It's kind of like in the comments, but it's actually, I could put up a post like on Instagram, and I could just like ask you guys a question and you guys can respond. It's great, and that's why I'm really trying to get to 500 so I can use that that added part of YouTube, but I can't get to it until I hit 500. So hopefully we get there soon, so I can start doing a lot more stuff on the community tab. Also, it gets out more. It gets the channel out more, so more people can come join the family. It hits a more broader horizon when it comes to different topics that people will find on YouTube when they search up something, and then they can come join the fam. But guys, yeah, I just thought it was a really great episode. I'm super excited for next week's episode because, it's the start of college time now. Spencer's going to be back in college, and it seems like he's struggling with sleep and trying to, make everything work. And I'm excited to see, he thought in high school was hard, or he thought in high school was easy or hard or whatever, but like he hasn't, this is real life now. It's go time. Like, he's going to know that, he has to even work 10 times harder, and he realized that in this episode with the whole sponsorship thing. You know what I mean? I got to grind. I got to, to be the best, and it goes for college. If not, you got to grind even harder than what you did in high school. So in the gym and on the field and in the classroom. So I'm excited to see how he's going to make everything work out in the next episode. I'm just super excited because we have a lot more possibilities because they're outside of high school now, and they're going off to college, and some of them are split up. It's just excited to see how everything's going to work out, and I'm excited. I'm happy we're back again. And guys, yet again, I really want to know what you guys thought about this episode. And but I hope everybody has a great day, a safe day, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday next Monday for All American. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.